of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well. What you Lisa, how are you doing? Was Emma very well? Do they pay you nowadays to kick it? Very well, the box of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well.
See the thing about Checkney, yeah, who preach love, kwa who give love, yo, pima kama neno kwa speech. Do the thing about Checkney, his 2 eyes have seen too much. He's never given up for giving up sake, still believe in destiny, but don't trust fate. The straw man to break the camel's back didn't now wait. The devil's in his ear, like listen MC just break. Hakuna mtu anangoja updates up.
What you Lisa, how are you doing? Was Emma very well? Do they pay you nowadays to kick it? Very well, in the box of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well. What you Lisa, how are you doing? Was Emma very well? Do they pay you nowadays to kick it? Very well, in the box of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well.
Come the man of steel, cause he's still at it kama Clark Kent bila kryptonite. Kubigi tuna hypnotize at it kadre tukileta beats sort of tofauti ni see headphones ni beats a box off. So welcome to right now, this gift in your presence is our present. The essence of forever is right now. Keep your mind clear, go very well right now as we speak. Leonie memory right now as we speak to. Leonie memory right now as we speak to. So
what you Lisa, how are you doing? Was Emma very well? Do they pay you nowadays to kick it? Very well, in a box of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well. What you Lisa, how are you doing? Was Emma very well? Do they pay you nowadays to kick it? Very well, in a box of beats. How's that going? Well, very well. Can we kick it? Yes, we can, and very well.
can we kick it? Yes we can, and very well. Can we yes we can, very well. Can we yes we can, and very well. Can we biggie the box? We can, and very well. Can we do this thing? Very well. Can we do this thing? Very well. Can we beatbox and sticks? Very well. Can we kick it? Very well.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio. Hello, niggas blowing up my phone. Usini hala kama huna phone. Mnani choke, mnani kabako. Tungepatana ukinikata mara moja wezi nitamalaya. And you're telling everybody that this Gucci's on fire. Only fans kwenye mefika na fungua only fans. Kauna nipenda tu mafea in advance. Kwenye mefika no romance with no finance. Only fans, yeah, yeah. Only fans kwenye mefika na fungua only fans. Unanipenda tu mafea in advance. Kwenye mefika no romance with no finance. Only fans, yeah, yeah.
Hello, ladies blowing up my phone. Aki bien you are so bomb. Wakituma fea twakuja kwako. For me at all, itabidi ukanje ndo tupige show. Ukisikia sauti solo jue ni kubaya. Hii muziki ya Kenya twaipeleka Ulaya. Na temperature inapanda warazi wanakwaya. Tutashinda magrami before tumeretire. Me say, only fans. Walimefika na tambua only fans. Kanika kitu mutumia only fans. Walimefika na fanyia only fans. Only fans, yeah, yeah, only fans. Walimefika na tambua only fans. Kanika kitu mutumia only fans. Walimefika mutambua only fans. Only fans, yeah, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you, far from you. When all the lights fade and there's nowhere in the world to go, I know I would rather stay, but then again I'm unsure. Simpler times have all but faded, but I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded, but I can't stay all the same. Mama's wailing, Mama's wailing from home. Mama's wailing, don't go away 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 from me. Mama's wailing, don't go away from me. Mama's wailing, waiting for me, for me, waiting for me, for me. Begging you to stay. The class gathered by the road. Nowhere in the world's the same. You're better off staying home. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. a song when I am gone from you. It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you, far from you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Power Morning Drive show. My name is Wanyoike. It's really, really good to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on the Power Morning Drive show. You're listening in to Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. Well, now, I do not know what you are doing over the weekend, but please let me know. Let me know what you were up to over the weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Went to a friend's wedding. Had some dancing to do as well. It was really, really cool. But if you want to let me know what your weekend was looking like, please let me know. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. You can get us on our socials. We are Power Radio across all our platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, depending on how you want to call it. You can also find us on our YouTube channel. That is PAWA, Power Radio. Please, while you're at it, subscribe and hit on that notification bell. Also, text in live, call us in live on our number 0748 379 231. One more time, 0748 379 231. That's the number that you can get us, you can get talking to us. If you want to at me directly, I am at the Wanyoike on Twitter. Let's get this kiki started. All right. Now that some housekeeping is done, let me tell you what to expect on today's show. Of course, you know how we do. Of course, we start off with the day's traffic updates. We need to let you know what the situations on the roads are looking like this morning. And then later on, I will be looking at some newspaper stories, look at what's happening, what's been happening in the country. There's always something in this side of the world. And then later on, I will be joined by Meg Muchoki and Miss Gachui Kariuki. They are the convening leadership team from the Manifesto Yetu, the Youth Manifesto, or Manifesto Yetu. And so what they did is they came together, convening of young people from various sectors, CSOs, and just young people with passion to see Kenya being a functioning society. They came together, put together a manifesto, and a manifesto that is seemingly supposed to create a space for vouching for the amplification of youth voices, but not only that, but their participation in especially political and electoral processes, especially now that we are gearing towards the 2027 election cycle. There has to be a lot of conversation about what it means to mainstream spaces for young people to meaningfully engage. So that's the conversation that we're going to be having later on the program. But for now, let me look at what the situations of Nairobi's roads are looking like this morning. And I start off with the Thika Super Highway, Kamakawa. Traffic's building up. It's building up. I can see today you guys are not looking too shabby. There's the build up only kidogo as you make your way from the KCA University down towards Globe Roundabout. Same situation also happening along Kiambu Road from the DCI area down towards Muthaiga Square into Pangani. It's a little bit of a snarl up there. Let me look at what's happening along Peponi Road.
And Peponi Road looking not so, actually no. Peponi Road is very busy this morning. The traffic builds up as you make your way from the Ankole Grill down towards the Mwanzi Road around the Westgate Mall area. Same situation also happening along Limuru Road. A little bit of a snarl up there as you make your way from the around the UN Gigiri area. A lot of traffic building up already. Red Hill Link Road as you make your way from Nyari Estate, just after Gachui, there's also a lot of traffic around the area of Enaki, leading towards the intersection that joins with Limuru Road as well. Lower Kabete Road from Zen Garden, absolute madness. If you can avoid that route, please do so. The Red Hill Link Road that goes from Lower Kabete Road right into the Wanyoike Way, things are looking quite busy, especially towards Wanyoike Way. Wanyoike Way looking good, nothing much to complain about on that front. James Gishuru Road is also looking bumper to bumper. Ojijo Road looking absolutely chaotic this morning. Lavington, Olenguruoni Road, as you make your way towards the Lavington Mall, things are looking quite busy as well. Kikambala Road is also, Kikambala Road is looking good. So you guys are A-okay on that front as well. Let me see. Dennis Pritt Road, same situation also happening on that front as well. Yes, and in case of any incident that you might want us to know, please let us know. If I have not mentioned where you are at, let me know, and we'll be sure to get you to work or wherever it is that you need to be going as soon as you can let us know. That's the situation on the roads this morning. Let me take a quick breather. When we come back, we get into our local news roundup. A lot has been happening and we have to completely and absolutely discuss about it also. See you after this short break.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Just a little bit, yeah.
The money make me fly like a kite. I wish the money make me fly like a kite. I wish the money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Ogna matinyawa,
just a little bit, yeah.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Nusna matinyawa.
Fresh from the fire, fresh like the sea. Bora uhai, c'est la vie. All of these roads lead you to me. Make me spend all my money for peace and quiet mystery. Forbidden fruit is out of reach. I've got a hunch, a certainty. You make me spend all my money.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Ogna matinyawa,
Just a little bit, yeah.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Nusna matinyawa.
A roll of the dice, a slap on the cheek. The thrill of the chase ends in defeat. If we are survivors, then we try harder. Most of my life I've been asleep. Who will I hold? Who will I keep? All of this talk is way too deep. I need to spend all my money.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Ogna matinyawa,
Just a little bit, yeah.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Nusna matinyawa,
Just a little bit, yeah.
Ogna matinyawa, yaedo atinyawa. Ogna matinyawa.
Just a little bit, yeah.
baby. Ain't no city like my city, oh no, no, no. Nairobi. They can do it like we do it in the 254. Nairobi. My hustler, now my damn supu. Kawangare to Buru Buru. I love my city, oh yes I do. Nairobi.
25 flow, we on a wave. Kamixa dem makufu vile na bounce kwa hit track. Ukipenda hala chuchu, jiwe, mayoyo. Hey, we got the nunu, I'm in love with my city. Boss, I'm going kuku, hey. Hini ya madem wale ukulenga mtaani. Mkikutana Nairobi, wana wave kwa mbali. Luku luku ni ya wazi, utadhani Tamford. Saya kinenge, shika mavanga Sanford. Hey, niko idha mapararira kanganya. Big up my hustlers, wanaotamak. My foreigners, wale makwa wamehama. Machoko shwale jiji, kwa pia ni mama. I'm keeping it real, keeping it local. I'm so raw, original flow though. And Nairobi, ay ay ay. It's magic when I'm on the mic, mzeya ay ay ay.
Ain't no city like my city, oh no, no, no. Nairobi. They can do it like we do it in the 254. Nairobi.
Gigi,
My hustler, now my damn supu.
Hey.
Kawangare to Buru Buru. I love my city, oh yes I do.
Na 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 Nairobi.
My
Hey.
body, kileleshwa, embakase, langata, tagorete, kibera, nakayole, dandora, Nairobi, tuko rada, kauna bifa hopni ya bama hitu ninatuleta pamoja, chama tupate mitatu na zama, ama eo ni kama tumewateko Kampala na Jadama. Enai tunaweza Robi, ai tunatesa hata mayu wako yama. Ain't no city like my city, oh no, no, no. Nairobi. They can do it like we do it in the 254. Nairobi.
Gigi,
My hustler, now my damn supu.
Hey.
Kawangare to Buru Buru. I love my city, oh yes I do. Nairobi.
Gigi,
My hustler, now my damn supu.
Hey.
Kawangare to Buru Buru. I love my city, oh yes I do.
na 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 Nairobi. Nairobi, tumelokit kibobo. Kadunga mosquito, sio shock things bobo. Lokit kibobo. The shock things bobo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mighty fingers.
Jazz.
I make mountains out of molehills, and it can be quite the scene. Think about how far I've come and my life looking greater than it's ever been. If I could eat my pie in the sky, it would be just my thing. Sipping on my champagne and my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. I don't know about my haters, but they should know about me. Keep me humble, oh God. My life looking greater than it's ever been. I overflow flame.
Pockets are full of green. Even on my worst day, my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. You jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me back. Jealous, don't hold me, no, no, no. If you jealous, don't hold me back. I'm saying, please stop jealousy. Please stop jealousy. I'm singing, please stop jealousy. Please stop jealousy. I'm singing, please stop jealousy. Jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your Power Radio.
All right, that is Tatu Shani. It's Africa Sun playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show with me and Wanyoike. And yes, this is where you make your mornings count. All right, let's get into a quick run through of what our local newspapers are looking like this morning. And we start off with the Standard newspaper. They are leading with a story here dubbed Licensed to Extort. A shadowy criminal network has spent the past year sweeping across Kenya, posing as state officers and extorting millions from terrified business owners, all under the protection of uniformed police. Now, the Standard uncovers the full scale of a brazen scheme legitimized by dubious Gazette notices and quietly enabled by senior commanders. At its center is a private company accused of impersonating regulators from KEBS to KRA while shaking down traders nationwide. Despite official directives to halt their operations, the syndicate continues to strike with impunity, leaving victims asking who is protecting them. All right. So what happens when a nation's security mechanisms and machinery becomes the same one that poses the biggest insecurity with against its own citizens? It's quite saddening what this country has become to, that there is no one big and one single untouched I guess I would say untouched tenet of whether it's the political sphere or the economic sphere or the social sphere. Like, there's always some sort of dysfunction happening in Kenya, and it becomes exhausting at some point. I feel like at a particular point you get sort of desensitized over how much things are dysfunctional in a country. So by the time that we are having a conversation about criminal networks and syndicates, yet, these are people, the Kenya police, as I have rightfully stated, it becomes numbing. And I do not know that things are the way they are because to actually get this reaction from Kenyans. The more you throw how much things are not working, it kind of sets us off on some sort of discord, and demanding accountability. Even though we are serious about demanding for accountability, I'm just like, at what particular point does it get like you sort of get disoriented by how many things are we going to keep demanding for accountability from, before it becomes something that we're just completely normalized and desensitized to. So that whole story is on page 2 of the Standard newspaper. Please grab your copy and get to see what it's all about. The Daily Nation, quickly, how by-elections will change Ruto rivals 2027 plans. This is the story on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. And the story, the paper captures Thursday's mini polls promise to act as a barometer for President William Ruto in choosing new strategic partners, including entering into pre-election power-sharing deals. For Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, a poor showing for the president's party in Mbeere North and Malava, respectively, will have dire political consequences. There's also a story here on the cover of the Daily Nation that State House leads other offices in budget breach. Fresh Treasury data shows the State House spent 4.2 billion Kenya shillings against a quarterly target of 1.92 billion for the 3 months to September 30th, overshooting its recurrent budget by 125%. Kenya raises model tally to 10 in Tokyo Championships, with just 2 days remaining before the curtain falls on the 25th Summer Deaflympics. Kenya has garnered 10 medals, 4 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze. Story on the sports there on the back page of the Daily Nation. And it's back to school for 30,000 CBE teachers. Now, on page 7 of the Daily Nation, there's a story there about more than 30,000 secondary school special needs education and vocational training teachers will undergo mandatory refresher training in December as the Ministry of Education races against the clock to prepare for the transition of 1.1 million grade 9 learners to grade 10 in January 2026. The intensive training scheduled for December 1st to December 19th targets educators from 9,626 secondary special needs and vocational institutions. I guess it's a sigh of relief there because they've been on strike for quite a while, and there were many misgivings with the educational institution and ministry about possibly sending them home. And last but not least, we have Business Daily. The Business Daily. By the way, this is something we have to completely and absolutely give a big shout out to our very own Martin Kigondu. On the cover of the Business Daily, he has been named among other men on the top 40 under 40 men of 2025, and it's always a great it's always a great gesture to see your very own taking the leaps and doing absolutely amazing in their sphere of influence. So Martin Kigondu, this is for you. We are absolutely proud of you. We claim you. We claim you, and please catch him every Thursday on Center Stage on Power Radio from 1 p.m. all the way to 4 p.m. as well. And that leads us to the end of our newspaper. Well, it was sort of a review. Please go grab your copies of the dailies to get the full scope of the stories that have been highlighted on the dailies today. Well, I want to take a break. When we come back, My guest is already in studio, Meg Muchoki. She's the co-convener at the Manifesto Yetu. And Manifesto Yetu is really a convening of young people that want to right all the wrongs of tokenistic approaches to youth and youth political participation. They want to right the wrongs of tokenism. They want to right the wrongs of just continuous blatant relegation of young people from electoral processes and political processes that in many times is sort of has been taken by surge, by the old guard. And what does that do for young people? And so we are going to be looking at what exactly Manifesto Yetu is all about and how different is it going to rework the political landscape of Kenya, and especially when it comes to youth voices. And where do we go from here in terms of the socialization of the Manifesto Yetu manifesto? How do we not only have a document that is on paper, but when it comes to the implementation of it, we have nothing or zero to little to show for it. So Meg Muchoki is joining me. Ms. Gachui Kariuki will be joining us a little bit later, but we will start the show regardless, and then she can join us when we are in the process of the discussion. So see you in a moment. For now, let's jump into some music.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All this science, but truly you're not mine. I can't figure you out, taking me round and round. One day we're flying, next thing we're crashing, head down with no alert. I cannot do this anymore. My feelings hurt, I want to know. Complete this once and for all. Not gonna need you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Umenitesa netusheka, roho imezoea, ukitoka ninajua leo sitatulia, kile nafikiria huna idea, yale napitia. I know you know. I watch you put on makeup, standing by the mirror, your vibration is familiar. Yeah, it's a trigger, nakumbuka ukiweza kunifurahia. I wish you would stay, but I know you moved on. Nakujua tena sana, nikikuona najua kile unawaza. And you know, naeza jua ukidanganya. So I find it so confusing when you lie, love. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Nimezeeka, so sitakasirika. Nimeona ya dunia, sitalipisia. Tenda utatendwa, cause I know unayempenda. Binadamu akiumia, bado atarudia. Nakujua tena sana, tukikuona najua kile unawaza. And you know, naeza jua ukidanganya. So I find it so confusing when you lie, love. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua ushamua misi wako.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
They call me Chris to the cantata. They call me Chris to the cantata. That's why they call me. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. That's why they call me. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Yo, they say it's hard to compose a rhyme. I say you out of your mind or you full of lies. Then again, you could be the slow kind. I don't see how lyrics don't hypnotize. Why lie? The season has transformed. You got reason to be bored, so now you want more. I'ma serve you flavor that you can't afford. The bill about to get placed on your tempo. So don't even try to resist. Look at yourself bumping to the beat. Get up and get down with a G twist. Forget the hater, cause the fool's not on the list. Dig this, we came and we took over. Got the keys to the ride and we're not sober. We made an oath that we ain't gonna ride for you. So now it's hip hop, ride us to the border. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. That's why they call me huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G.
They're taking over my head, dog, they on a hustle. I'm taking over their bread, dog, I'm on a muscle. Try to be cool, but I gotta mumble. Better yet, after that, there's a big tussle. Quit them tears, boy. Dry your eyes, see the G going cheers, boy. Don't be mad, cause I say that you weird, boy. You kinda scared, so I see that fear, boy. Meditating on a cute shorty. Lean body, mean thighs like the chick bought it. I said real tight like they all assorted. If she arrested my ass, then she got a warrant. I'm a legend in the living, and that's that. I grab objects of vices you can't touch. Read all comprehension is too much. I know where's these words that bring the rock. Let's go.
Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G.
Glad that you stopped by. Who are you? What's your business? Bye-bye. I hate people that think that I'm on a rise, yet and still I'm the steel that will not fly. Ask why? I got this even better. On this planet I teach you before the cheddar. What I compose gets better by the day's weather. That's why they call me Chris to the cantata.
Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G.
Yo. That's why they call me. They call me Chris to the cantata.
From sunrise to sunset.
Baby, don't go. So baby, don't cry.
Ladies, female,
Baby, say my name.
Kunguru Misalini.
Can you feel the pain?
I know that you fed up. Sing along.
I will never let you down.
Kateni yengoga,
I will never make you cry.
kateni nesoga,
I will never let you down.
kateni nyodoga,
My girl, I will never make you cry.
kateni setoga.
Fikiria kila siku mina kupara. Najua wanipende sana, mbona unadai? I can see you fly, niko chini bado nitarai. Figa yako ndio mzuri sana, adhiambo wajua kupepesa hizo sianda. Dear Jesus, I never knew I met an angel. Baby girl, wange dongo nega heri. Donyi lepi nyisadendi, tomona weri.
I will never let you down.
Kateni yengoga,
I will never make you cry.
kateni nesoga,
I will never let you down.
kateni nyodoga,
My girl, I will never make you cry.
kateni setoga. Baby girl, you lovely, deadly, sexy girl. Jabe, don't touch me, kiss me, so ika. Najua wanipenda sana, mbona kweli wananyima hizo vitu we. Nyatini dongi ngena manyi kata heriga. Iyengo nagi kwalo na jaber. Njo nami, wange dongo tingo na gondeso na jaber.
I will never let you down.
Kateni yengoga,
I will never make you cry.
kateni nesoga,
I will never let you down.
kateni nyodoga,
My girl, I will never make you cry.
kateni
So
setoga.
baby, don't go. Never give up.
I know that you fed up.
What you say, yeah.
Heriga, amaniga, adwariga.
Can you feel the pain?
I know, Mr. Lady, sing along.
Kama wanipenda basi nionyeshe.
Nashinda ni kwa nini kila siku tupigana.
Kama unitaki basi niambie.
Nitafanya nini ama dunia
pain, 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 pain.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, where you make your mornings count with me and Wanyoike. This is Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all our socials. You can call in live, text us live as well. The number to get us on is 0748 379 231. I repeat, 0748 379 231. Find us on all our platforms, including our website, that is www.power254.org/power radio. All right. As I had communicated earlier, today we are going to be having a conversation about what the young people of Kenya not only want, but what they need. And I have the privilege of being joined by the one and only Meg Muchoki. If you are active in the political scene, you definitely know about her name. But I will allow her to introduce herself, let us know what exactly she's all about, and then we can talk about Manifesto Yetu and the work that they're trying to do and push for in this nation. Really, really good to have you this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on Power Radio. Kindly introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much and for that powerful introduction. My name is Margaret Muchoki. I like to be called Meg Muchoki. I'm popularly known as Meg Muchoki. I come from Nyeri County, currently in Nairobi.
Yeah.
I come from Manifesto Yetu. I'm the co-convener of the Manifesto Yetu team. Aside from that, I'm a young person highly involved in the young people's political space, very passionate about leadership, governance, gender, and climate justice in Kenya.
Yes.
So, and I'm also a communication practitioner. I have a degree in public relations and communication from Daystar University.
Me too. I went to Daystar. Hey. Awesome.
Thank you for having us at Power Radio.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Right. So Manifesto Yetu. What is Manifesto Yetu trying to push for? What is it for somebody? Let's go down to the grassroots. What is Manifesto Yetu all about?
Okay, yeah. Manifesto Yetu is a consortium of young people from across the board. It consists of youths from the CSO, from the community-based organizations, grassroots political parties, private stakeholders from KEPSA as well, from the education system. We work with the Limu Bora Justice Working Group. So we're a group of dynamic youths who have just come together to shape the discourse of social justice, gender justice, good governance, and accountability. Yeah. We have representation also from the PWD. We have representation from the social justice centers. We have representation from the creative sector. So we are a dynamic group of young people who have come together to see if we can consolidate our asks and wants as young people of the country from the 2024 protests, and we're trying to see how we can consolidate that into political power in the upcoming elections of 2027.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what was the genesis of Manifesto Yetu? Like, how did it all begin? Kindly share with us.
Thank you so much, Anne, for that question. So Manifesto Yetu began as informal conversation amongst young people from these different sectors. We were friends at first, and we realized what is happening in the country, that as young people we're having a high rise of political awareness, and this is a dream that we had hoped to live, and we realized we're living in the reality now that as young people we've woken up and we've realized that we need to be participating in whatever is happening in our country.
Yes.
Because everything is political.
Yeah.
When we talk about politics, we're
Yes.
not just talking about political process of elections. We are talking about every single thing. Whatever you eat, politics is involved. In the church, politics is involved. So we realize that we need to find a way of turning this energy, of turning this momentum then into something tangible. And that tangible thing then would mean, how can we now move from just mobilizing, because we have done the mobilization. You saw the mass turnout of young people. How now can we turn it into organizing, into a structure, into something that we can use to negotiate for political power?
Right.
And for a long time, we heard the saying that young people are just protesting in the streets, they're just shouting and all that, but then they're not giving us something tangible to say this is what we want. They're not saying, oh, this is a policy brief you can get. So we said, oh, as young people, then we're going to do that. Let's consolidate this. Let's put all our agitations, our frustrations, all the things that we think that were put in previous manifestos by the current government, also political parties. And many times as young people, we were not really involved in the making of those manifestos.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why there's a lot of continuous exclusion from this process. And this time we said, from all this that is happening, how about we also start the process of making a manifesto that is a true representation of the youth voices of this country, and use that as a leverage to get into the political space. Because if you look at the representation of youth in the political space, even in governance, if we have like around 6.5% of youths in parliament, that's a very small number.
Yeah.
Yet we constitute over 75% in population. If you look at county assemblies, we only have a representation of 19%. That is still a small number. So then we are awakening as young people, and we're saying our voices probably have not been acted upon because we have not been in that specific space of leadership. So consolidating a manifesto, putting something together to help us in that.
Yeah.
So that journey then from TEAS to now forming a consortium of 10 working group members, led by our convener Kidi Morga, I co-convening with him, and my other colleague Bito Olewe, and a very able team of the technical working group members, the political parties working group led by Agnes Gachui, Ruth Bolo, and Kidi Morga as well, and Peter Sigay. So within this Manifesto to Consortium, there's still different working groups. Why do we have these different working groups at the technical working group? Because some people have their strength in political parties. There's some whose strength is in trade unions and the private sector. So as I mentioned, these consortiums are also represented within those working groups. There are those who deal with education, the creative and digital economy, because as well, we realize that most of what gave the revolution power last year is the digitization of our activism, of our asking of our civic education. So we brought it online.
Right.
So then we cannot be speaking to issues then without including digitization. We can't be speaking to these issues, even in politics. Most of the times, we must bring entertainers on board.
Right.
We must bring the creative sector. So that's why there's that part as well. In the working group, there's the CSOs because they form most part of the civil society. There's youth serving organization. We have an umbrella of over 93 representation of youth serving organizations. There's the social justice centers that have really helped us and have been on the front line of the revolution. So now, as of August, we started rolling out. We consolidated and started rolling out into different regions of the country to speak to the young people and ask them what is it that they really want.
Yeah.
What is this that they've been agitating for? What are their asks?
Right.
Yeah.
For there to be a manifesto, it means that there are some challenges and frustrations that you have been able to identify. And so the manifesto sort of creates that leeway to be, I guess, the document that rights the wrongs of the system that we exist in. So what are some of the recommendations that the Manifesto Yetu is vouching for against what frustrations and challenges that you've identified that young people are faced with, and especially young people who want to, actively participate in political, democratic, and electoral processes? Yeah.
Awesome. I like that question because once again, the manifesto is not just here to lament about what has not been present, but the youth of this country have given us solutions to the problems that we're experiencing. And there's no better person to offer solutions to their problems as the people who are experiencing those problems directly.
Yeah.
So one of the key issues that the youth of Kenya have raised is unemployment. And most of the times we were told we come out to the streets because we are unemployed. This is the same reason why we are highly politically mobilized during campaigns, because if we are unemployed and a politician promises us a little sense, then we are going to go there to find a way of survival. So we are used politically as mobilizers, but not as people then who translate from mobilizers to real power. So one of the solutions for that, we are asking political parties to waive the high cost within the political parties, with the nomination fee, the campaign fee. If you look at the IBC structure on the amount of money you need to vie for a certain political position against the employment rate in Kenya, then it's not a realistic way. So the youth of Kenya are advocating that political parties reduce or even cancel. And I think recently the Jubilee political party, current SG, spoke to one of those issues where he said that young people and Gen Zs who are going to join that political party and are going to be waived the registration and nomination fee, and the fee to get the certificate. So that's one of the things that young people are advocating for. Another thing that young people are advocating for at political parties is the inclusion in the political party leadership structure. If you look at many necks of political parties, they have 0 to just one person representing the youths. Yet it is these youths who have delivered those political parties into power. It is them who campaign for them. So as we go on to 2027 elections and to negotiate, then we must include the youth of this country at the leadership of the political party. We will not just be campaigning anymore for people. We will also be wanting to be included in the leadership structures. We'll also want to be included in how the resources of the political party are distributed. We cannot not have the money that is given by ORPP distributed to young people at the political party, because they're also stakeholders. They have helped in member registration. They have helped in making the party known and being popular to the point of them getting resources recognized by the ORPP. So it's only fair that they also have adequate resources. You can give people resources, but then the balance, the number of youths in this political party and the amount of resources that is given to that specific constituent, it must match up.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. So those are as far as the recommendations go. Now, I wonder, because this is not the first time that the youth, this kind of convening has happened. We've seen many youth groups coming together, creating documents, creating manifestos. It's definitely not the first of its kind, that's for sure. So how different is the promise of this Manifesto Yetu vis-a-vis what has been there before? And how are you planning to invest in its implementation, or lest we find ourselves, like for example, the constitution that we inaugurated in 2010 has had many other sort of pseudo babies, like the BBI initiative. We had the NADCO report, like it's very circus-like to exist in a country like Kenya, where we always have this kind of side pieces coming up, and then we never get to see the light. They never get to see the light of day. So how different is Manifesto Yetu 1, and what investments are you guys going to make so that we can see like an actual tangible transformation agenda through this Manifesto Yetu?
Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the reasons why this manifesto stands out, it's because it's grounded on the O2 and national interest philosophy, unlike any other manifesto that has been formed before. Because Manifesto Yetu is about dignifying the lives of young people. That is where O2 comes in, the human dignity, the current situation and political space, even just the national space, the room as it is and the mood. Most of the times, the lives of young people have been indignified. We have lost humanity. And most times when manifestos have been previously made, they have not focused on that dignifying human life. And so we're trying to see how best we can dignify also the wants of young people, so that when it comes to work, yes, we're seeking employment, but then we're seeking dignified employment. We're seeking decent jobs. There are jobs you can get for survival because of circumstances. But young people have gone to study. Young people have acquired skills so that they can have decent jobs, not so that they can be abused and misused by the capitalism that is currently happening in the country. When it comes to national interest, the reason why we have gone to the youths, it's because they know what are their highest priorities. One of them is employment. The other one is education, The other one is economic empowerment in all kinds of areas in terms of agriculture. Then good governance that has accountability and transparency. So how we will ensure that this manifesto does not just become like the other previous manifesto. First, it comes from the people. So the people are sovereign. So if it is owned by the people, then it is easier for these people to hold the political parties accountable, to hold legislators accountable. It's not something that has been manufactured there and brought to the people like we've seen before. For the first time, we've gone to every region of this country, factoring every county, including as many stakeholders as possible, so that now if we own this, then we're able to come and say, no, Sisi, as young people, this is what we want. So we are not going to go with this one. So it's also one way of ensuring when people own something, that they can easily defend it when it comes from the people.
Right.
Secondly, we plan to have an accountability measure in terms of, like after we launch this document, we just finished the validation, we'll start critical and serious civic education to just take it back again to the young people, because a lot of these young people want to vie. We are also going to do capacity building. How can you use this tool to negotiate for political power within your political parties? How can you use it to negotiate for something at the labor movement, in the labor sector, in the private sector? So it factors all these areas in the digital economy. Secondly, we have brought now this digital tool that we call Civic Voices. Civic Voices has been helping us in collecting views of young people that we have not reached physically. So digitalizing public participation. So that's something that we're planning to continuously do, so that we also are going to put an accountability tool inside that digital innovation, so that we keep asking ourselves, this is what we promised, this is what has been promised here, how are we getting this and all that. And one also of the recommendation is that we're going to draw policy briefs from this document, and we will take them to the relevant authorities. We'll try and see if we can get them to parliament to be act and all that. So in every area, we're trying to see how possible can it be to implement this. And for the first time, we're going to be like, no, if you're not doing this, then we're not on board. If we control the population of the highest number, then we are able to say firmly, to even political parties, no, we are not boarding this vehicle if this is not implemented at this party. If we do not have gender representation, for instance, at this political party at 2/3, then the youth of this country are not going to join this political party. If you're not having young people at the neck, if you're not having young people funded, what's the structure? What's the structure of nomination? And many times we have been betrayed. We have just had promises. But I'm sure it is clear that moving forward, we are a serious generation of young people and we mean what we say. We will follow up. We will try as much as possible to ensure that the implementation is almost realized.
Right.
Yes.
You have mentioned many things that I want us to, some clarification on. So the Civic Voices, is this an app or is it an app?
Yes. It's an app.
So anybody can just go on Play Store and download it?
Yes,
okay.
please.
All right. So how is the tracking system? Because you said that it's it's a digital tool that you're using to gather up feedback, or what was it?
Yes, it's a digital platform. Currently, it's not on Play Store, but we have a link.
Okay.
It's on our social media pages as well.
Okay.
You can check www.civicvoices.co.ke.
Okay.
Then you register through that platform. Then you're able to give your views on what you think, on what you'd want, on what your priorities are as a youth.
Yeah.
And also there's going to be a part that's in development on the accountability part of it, just to have young people on board asking how far are we with this. Also the civic education will be implemented through that as well, because we may not be in a position to reach still all people physically.
Yeah.
Then something else we will also do is that we are trying to see if we can have young people who want to campaign use that platform as well to campaign politically. It's a social platform too. So have I answered your question?
Yes, you have.
Thank you.
You have. All right. So the other thing that you mentioned is that Manifesto Yetu is applying the philosophy of Utu, and in your quest to dignify young people. First of all, that's not a small feat, right? When we exist in a world and a system where it seems like young people are always the threat of whether it's the state, continuous repression of youth voices and whatnot. So that's a huge task that is ahead of you. How do you plan on dignifying at least young people's lives, youth voices? How do you plan on doing that?
Thank you so much. So the first step that we've taken is to acknowledge them and to respect them as people who have voices. So if I respect you as a human being and dignify you, then I allow you to have a voice, to speak and give your opinion, share your needs and your want. Secondly, is me validating that by putting it in a document and saying it matters and I hear you. Thirdly, some of the issues that we're really advocating for are just aligned to the Article 43, the rights, the most basic rights. And some of those things are what we have lacked as young people. The right to education. If you look at the current university funding model, it is excluding a lot of young people from the education system. You and I are privileged to have access to education. But when we deny young people a right to access education, when we start to classify them in clusters of their background, we are indignifying them. We are saying where you come from even matters on how you access education. So young people have come on board to say, no, we do not want that current university funding model. Helped you to work for us. So if you return them to help and advocate that we go back to a dignifying system, then you're dignifying. That's a basis of Utu. If you're saying that young people are now cleaning Nairobi River, we both went to school. Because you're here, let me give us as examples. Your vision was to come and be in this space where you're in or at now. But a lot of young people, over 67%, are unemployed. I'm sure that parents who have sold their pieces of land, they have gone hungry just so that they could educate their children, because it is said that education is the greatest equalizer. So if we deny them that opportunity after they've studied again to even have a decent job, we indignify them, that they will be in the streets begging, that they are now getting into things like selling drugs because they have to put something on the table. They're selling themselves sexually. Young women are get sexually abused, misused because of lack of dignified opportunities for employment.
Right.
And this document is highlighting that and how we can use industrialization as one of the recommendations. You asked me about what are young people asking about and what are solutions. So their wants are so many. I've just highlighted a few, and the solutions as well. So some of the solutions that the young people are giving, we're just facilitating, but the young people are saying, this is our priority, decent job, that factors Utu. It is our national interest as young people, the security, because we have also seen that young people have been killed a lot. They've been abducted. There's forced disappearances. There's just a lot of human rights violations. So that is indignifying. So if the youth of this country are the future, if they're the leaders of today, why are you killing leaders? Why are you destroying leaders?
Yeah.
So advocating through this document for policies, for implementation of the Constitution, because it is a right, just having that voice in itself is dignifying and saying, yes, we agree, we support, and in our little capacity as young people or whatever capacity, we are going to continuously champion for that.
Right.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you have taken this manifesto to various regions, northeastern, central, Mount Kenya, yada yada. And because I'm very aware that youth in Nairobi might not necessarily, or rather the needs of the youth of Nairobi might not be a representative of maybe what a youth in Mount Kenya region might need, what a youth in the coastal region might need. So in terms of that intersectional approach, how do you integrate it into the manifesto? Because, as I've said, like there's so many areas within which young people sort of converge, like there are points of convergence. Young people, of course, want job. Young people in Nairobi want jobs. Young people in the coastal region want jobs. But there are other geopolitical, contexts that might diversify the array of needs from young people. So how did you account for that, and how much more can we employ intersectionality even as we look at this manifesto so that it's holistic, right? Because we at a risk of excluding others while still thinking that we are including some special interest groups. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anne, for that question. And one of the reasons why we went to different regions. So let's say, for instance, when we went to the central region, our Mount Kenya region, we had 8 counties come on board. These counties, some of them are part of the eastern. We have Embu, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Murang'a, Kiambu.
Yeah.
And all these young people had different priorities. And one of the main reasons why we went, it's because even like within Nairobi, we realized you could be in Nairobi, but youths from the informal settlements have totally different challenges.
Yep.
So we could have water as an issue, but for someone in Kilimani, the issue is the water flow, maybe every single day. But the person in Kibra or in Kawangware or in Korogosho, is that water even clean? It's a sanitation issue.
Is it even there?
Yes. So we realize that there's a lot of intersectionalities in Kenya. So even with our stakeholder meetings in Nairobi, they were not held in one place. We factored all the voices of youths from different informal settlements, even within Nairobi. So we had Dandora, we had Kibra, we had Kawangware, we had Pumwani, because all these young people have different needs. There's a lot of sexual gender-based violence in informal settlements. There's a lot of also gender-based violence in informal settlements. So there's a lot of sanitation issues, access to public goods in that kind of environment. There's a marginalization of their voices as well. When the county plans are being made, are their voices factored and all that. So we really tried as much as possible. There are issues of climate in the northeastern region. There's issues of agriculture. There's issues of land rights. There's issues of gender inclusion as well in some of those areas. Access of infrastructure, because in some areas there's high levels of development. Then there's systemic marginalization of some regions. So we considered all those factors, and in every single meeting that we had rapporteurs. We have captured every single need and want. We've been very careful on that intersectionality area because also education is not just about tertiary education. We factored the CBC as well. Is that system working? Is it affordable? Is it accessible? Because we might really focus on tertiary education, but what about these people who are not even able to afford a kg of unga? Then is it even education really free? Because some people may not even be aware of that, who are educating their children now at tertiary level.
Right.
But at that lower level, is education free? So we factored each one of those. We may not have enough time to get deeper into each one of those. And then we had a validation meeting on Saturday, and we asked these stakeholders that we brought on board, have we factored every single thing as well that we asked? We brought representatives from all the other places that we had gone and asked, is this what you people asked us as young people to include in this document? So it's going to be a big document, but it has factored all the intersectionalities, because sometimes as well, there are people with disability. How do they access these education centers? How do they access public goods? Are there structures that have ensured they have ease? Yes, we can say they're exempted from taxes, but how are they accessing those jobs when it comes to employment? Are there facilities that allow them to have ease even at that work? Are they allowed to even have that job? You may have tax exemption, but if you don't have a job, then how is that? Do we have inclusion, or are we doing diplomatic tokenism even when it comes to the political space? We discussed about meaningful engagement, meaningful inclusion of young people, not just for diplomacy to say that you've included someone. If we're young people and we are within the political space, then when nominations and appointments come, they do not even factor the young people who have been in these processes. What is that? So there's a lot of those issues that came up, but we were really keen on that.
Right. Okay, this is a good place to take our first break. We are in studio joined by co-convener at the Manifesto Yetu, Meg Muchoki. We are talking about Manifesto Yetu. This is really I think it's safe for us to say that it's what the young people of Kenya need, right? Could be a ray of hope for most young Kenyans, if not all of them. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we continue with our conversations. If you have any questions for Meg Muchoki, please do so. Hit us up on all our socials. We are Power Radio across all platforms. I'm sure she will be able to answer your concerns, your questions as well. See you in a bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Soul generation, oh baby. Suda. I love you like the sunshine in the morning when I'm yawning, like the scent of love ukipika chai ya majani na mandazi. Such a lovely way to start my day. We getting high as I make you call my name. Tukisikiza ngoma za Bob Marley. Napenda vile una smile usisare. Nipatie zeze nikuimbie. I wrote a song na nataka usikie. If you let me sing for you, darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, because I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along. Oh love, darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, nitakuenzi. Baby time imefika for 20 and I can see you back to my senses. So won't you let me sing for you? Darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, because I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along. Oh love, darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, because I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along to your favorite song, baby. Your favorite song, to your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. Your favorite song, to your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song. You're my favorite song. You're my favorite bomb. You're my favorite song, my love. You're my favorite song, yeah. And I'm feeling lucky, so damn lucky. Yes, I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along to your favorite song, baby. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
This proves to be such a beautiful night, so I wanna stay out with you till the morning comes along. No, solo and Kinyadi, Jopolo eno hallelujah. Give me the word and a bit of me. Mutumandi wanyalo yoro. And now we made it to the mountain tops. Let me take your hands, baby, lead your way. And now we cruising to the promised land. Mind alone, better not mind alone. And now we made it to the mountain tops. Let me take your hands, baby, lead your way. And now we cruising to the promised land. Mind alone, better not mind alone. I go dire atia. I go dire. Ya kumenya de daga ka oda siri. I go dire atia. I go dire. Ya kumenya de daga ke modo siri. Milima na mabonde, ore wa yora yora. 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 Nama chukagera rosine ke besilia, my dear. Nama Gwesilia, my dear. Ooh, nah. Dear busy. On a me hang on near no digger. We had I and near no joke. Ogorama one year go ahead. On a dear way, can I wake a dog a summer? The hotel and the walking out joke go ahead. How get in it? Don't get me watch. Ungeninyisa kumanya didaga ke modo siri.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still tuned in to the Power Morning Drive show where you make your mornings count with me and Wanyoike. This is Power Radio. I'm still in conversation with co-convener at the Manifesto Yetu, Miss Meg Muchoki. We are discussing about the present and the future of Kenya's youth, and a lot of work that needs to be done in as far as opening up the spaces for young people's meaningful participation in not only political but also electoral processes. And speaking of electoral processes, I'm not a fan of a continuous thread and trend that I see in Kenya, where it seems as if we put everything on hold, and then when it comes to nearing the election period, when it comes to the election cycle, we start seeing all this, like there's always something happening towards the electoral process. So why I bring that up is Manifesto Yetu. I know one of the things is to actually create an opportunity and create space for young people's electoral inclusion and or their space to be opened up in the electoral process. But in terms of the sustainability of the manifesto, it has to be there has to be more than just elections, because Kenya is bigger than any election cycle. So when you think about that, does it take away from the work that you're trying to do, or there is an after 2027, right, in the manifesto Yetu? Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about that.
Awesome. I like that question.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing now, because of this political conversation, sometimes it may be assumed that it is just for the 2027 elections. But we're in 2025. We started these conversations in 2024. So as young people, we are now saying we cannot only just be engaging in political processes just on that year, an year to election.
Yes.
We are more focused now on issues, and issues are continuous, a continuous process. They're our lived realities, our daily life. So that's why, away from just the political working groups, there are other working groups. These issues will not just stop at election. We would want to have as many young people as possible get into positions of power in terms of elections and 2027 results. But then this process does not stop there. One of the accountability measures is to these young people. Now you got in this position. What is your role? When it comes to oversight, what are you doing? When it comes to tabling bills, this is what we discussed before you got into this position of power. So how far? What are you youth policy brief are we getting from this document? This is not just for us. This is for our future generations. Because you're saying that we're not leaders of tomorrow, we're leaders of today. So we are already acting on it. So some of these policies, like the education one, where we want to really be keen on this education system, this education funding model. So this is beyond 2027. This is actually something that might be acted upon before we even get to 2027. When it comes to healthcare, we can tell that SHA is not working. Young people do not have employment, so they may not be in a position to even acquire the 6,000 to pay yearly. And I think as of 2 days ago, there's something that is going to be in the works along those lines. Because I'm sure even before we get to elections, we cannot wait for people to continue having a healthcare system that is not serving them. So this is not just about the elections only. And we also always say that election is a process. It doesn't just stop with it doesn't just start with campaigns. It is issues around those things. And when we say that politics is everything, that means then that it is not just about the elections, but our daily lives. Are we advocating for an economy that is sustainable, that allows young people to have money in their pocket? Are we speaking about industrialization? It cannot just happen as a miracle in just 2 years and we have everything put. So we have to continuously follow that so that we ensure that our young people are employed in these sectors. And we're also proposing some of the formulas that we think that can work. When it comes to the sovereign wealth fund as well, as young people, we're asking ourselves, how are we going to get this money? You know, how are we going to help give maybe the government an opinion on how we think that we can collect this, how it can work for us. So it is a continuous process, not necessarily just about 2027.
Right. As the co-convener of Manifesto Yetu, what responsibility do you feel you have to deliver this promise for young people? Because I know it is it's a huge responsibility. Yeah, I wonder what it means for you to be a co-convener of something that is of this magnitude, and how do you carry that with you wherever you go, in whatever rooms you step into whatever conversations you have with the young people of Kenya.
Wow, thank you so much. And it is an honor to have the opportunity to co-convene the Manifesto Yetu team. And as a young person, I think I was highlighting to some of our stakeholders at the meeting we had during the validation that we've had sleepless nights. We had a meeting on Saturday. We have had those regional engagements and all that. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 meetings following each other, several engagements, but we have dedicated ourselves as a young person. I have dedicated myself to change, to recourse this country to what I'd want it to be. I am doing my part as a young person and hoping that as young people as well, we continue to do our part so that we don't just sit and complain, but then we become part of the solution. That is the most important thing, because we want our country to move forward. And it cannot move forward if the majority population is a population that just complains and laments. But we're a population of young people, and there's something we were discussing about being called the special interest group. And sometimes I think that's a marginalizing term. We are the majority population in this country. So then we cannot be called special interest groups people. And sometimes we think, is that a term to continue marginalizing us? In terms of the spaces, how do I represent the Youth Manifesto? I was with you recently at the convention by Uraia Trust for CSOs. And at that point, I recall very well, I advocated that young people also be involved in the electoral processes, in the IBC processes. What is the framework of engaging young people? What is the framework of ensuring that young people in this country participate? Public participation is really important. And just last week, there was a public participation for the public participation bill, right? And how many young people were aware of that? And just trying to communicate to all the stakeholders that we meet, that young people have demonstrated that they want to be included in the leadership of this country, in governance of this country. And if we have technology, we have service providers like Safaricom. They are able to send us bulk SMSs and invite us to intentional places where they want us to be. Can IBC adopt that? Can it remind people to go and register as voters? Can we use digital platforms to access young people? Can we take advantage of that? Because young people have been doing civic education for free digitally. So how can we take and make use of young people and influencers on TikTok, on X? We are really doing well, even in the region. We're influencing decisions. We're influencing policies in this region and globally. Then the government should take advantage of that and see how they can bring young people on board. Because if we can do the finance bill online and educate people online, then we can also, if the the government can allow us to do live streaming of State House events and all that, then they have the capacity to ensure that young people have a digital platform where they can engage and have public participation, share their opinions on things that are happening and how they'd like things to go, and just participate in the governance of this country, because the Constitution says that we, the people, are the sovereign people of this country. So it is really important that we gather the views of the people in how they'd want the country led, even as leaders. So we are really continuously in every place where we find ourselves, not just as conveners, but as equal members of the technical working group in different spheres, just continuously spreading the gospel about the needs and the wants and the solutions that young people are providing, because it is really important that we work together. So we are here to collaborate, to co-create with different stakeholders to move our country forward. And yes, this may be a manifesto, a national youth manifesto, but then we cannot move forward without knowing our history. So there's also an intergenerational aspect of it, and we're highly appreciative of the people who've gone ahead of us, who have also been part of helping us integrate this manifesto, because sometimes we learn from our previous mistakes. You've said there are manifestos that have been there before. What has been challenging? How did they come about it? What has been successful? What can we get from that, and what can we use now? Because technology and communication is really at the forefront as well of creating the change that we need.
Yeah, technology and digital tools are seemingly going to democratize access to not only this document, but also even the conversations that need to be held. And I am excited about that. But what happens to, for example, a young person deep in the village who does not even know what a smartphone is? How do we ensure that we democratize the space for their inclusion and access to, whether it's opportunity, whether it's to these conversations? Because we can't risk excluding them again. So how do you rework that? And I feel like it's an oxymoron that yes, digital and technology is creating access and opening it up for some young Kenyans, but also on the flip side of it, it's the same tool that, because of the digital divide, it's the same thing that or I think like what is the word I'm looking for? Excludes young people just because of the lack of access to these digital tools. So how do we go about bridging the gaps for these young people?
Thank you so much, Anne. You've brought a very critical point that we've also had it documented about this resources, equal distribution of resources within the country. And you find that these people, like for instance, when we went to Mandera, it was one of the ways of trying to get to a red zone where most people don't get to. It was not an easy task, but when you have a group of young people from that entire county and region gathered together, a meeting of tens of thousands of young people, and whenever we even go to these regions in our own small capacity, we try to get to the we have not been doing formal meetings, by the way. We will sit outside somewhere. We will get the most accessible hall. We will get the most marginalized people within that community to give us their views and input. For us to, like for instance, when we went to Mandera, there had just been an alarm of a security risk that had been raised. But we were like, this is a gathering of very many young people and we need their voices. So we take around 3 days to be there. So there's that formal sort of meeting that is happening. But then at the end of the day, we are continuously looking for the views and trying as much as possible to be inclusive, and as well to put it in documentation that these people are continuing to be marginalized. It's like there's an intentional systemic marginalization. And through going there, you can be able to experience it. So even as you're documenting it, you're also taking the lived realities and experiences of those young people. And for instance, we were asking ourselves, they don't have an institution of higher learning. Even the schools there, the kind of climate and environment that they're in, does it allow them to catch up with the syllabus as other people, because they close schools at around 2 or noon because it's too hot, the challenges that those young girls face as opposed to the challenges of young women and girls in other communities, the FGM in some of those areas like Isiolo and the eastern region. So we tried as much as possible to capture that. We will continuously continue to include their spaces as we also onboard more stakeholders to help us reach more those voices.
Wow. Okay, so I do see that we are really, really pressed for time here. So as we wrap up our conversation this morning, so what are the next steps for Manifesto Yetu? What do you have going on to ensure that, because of course it's still, you just came out of the validation meeting. I wonder what are some of the arising matters that came from that validation meeting, and how you're going to inculcate them towards the next stage of the manifesto. So what next for Manifesto Yetu?
So the most beautiful thing about the issues of the youth of this country, even in the intersectionalities, you can say there's education, but then there are a lot of intersecting things within education. So it is a pillar, but then there are all those other issues brought on board connecting to each other. So there are those key areas that we identified. Some things that we might have missed were added into that. Also, we are very happy that that digital platform helped us to gather more views. And I think our highlight at the validation was that whatever we gathered on ground and what these people are saying on this digital platform are merging. Then you can see the organic nature of this, that it is not a creation. It is not just youths who have sat down somewhere and decided this is what the youth of this country want. No, it has come really from the youths themselves. So the next step is that now we are developing a draft, and we are hoping to launch it on the 11th of December. Of course, you're invited and other stakeholders. We will give more details on that on the venue, but the date will be 11th of December, just the day to Jamhuri Day. We'll try to invite as many stakeholders on board as possible. When it comes to the continuation of Manifesto Yetu, when we come back in January after the holidays, now we'll kickstart the community outreach to go and take this document again to the young people to capacity build them in terms of the negotiations, what exactly this document is about. Because if the youth of this region said this, some key areas for one region was sports. So let's also make the youth of the entire country realize that this is a challenge you're facing here, but then your other counterpart is facing this here, and support each other and come up together as a country, because that's the only way we can turn this political awakening into tangible political power. Because we say, yes, we may be there, but who is our voice to represent us in that table when decisions are being made? And our key interest is making sure that in every sector of the represented stakeholder, we have a youth voice present, and not out of tokenism, but out of meaningful participation. So we're trying to make sure that we involve now, moving forward, even the high school constituents, because they're also part of this engagement. You saw with the Kenya Music Festivals what happened. So even our young people at that level are involved, and some of them are also going to vote in the 2027 election.
Yeah.
So finding ways of continually engaging the young people, taking the document to the people, making sure that they adapt it, they understand it, and to do civic education with different stakeholders. And we're also doing an advocacy strategy that will help us now champion for this document, because it is a document. Then what moving forward? Advocacy as well, to make sure as many young people interact with it, as many stakeholders interact with it, and it is brought forth to be used for the good of the youth of this country.
What will success look like for the for Manifesto Yetu? What are the top 3 things that when it achieves, you will be like, my job has been done, good job, this is what we were vouching for?
One of the things is the launch. One of the things is the launch. And to make sure that we have that document printed, that will be a huge, huge success. Because it will be a dream come true that now we have something tangible. Secondly, it is achieving civic education, making sure that this document goes back again, and in a bigger, much better way with as many stakeholders as possible adapting it. That will be another great success, because we will know that the people now have their voice. The way we had this Katiba done by Uraia Trust, and we young people work with the Katiba. That is what we'd like young people to have, something for them, by them. And then the third thing is to see that as many young people get into positions of leadership, of power, and most of these needs and wants and asks are adapted into policies, are taken into bills, they are acted upon. If even just 50% of it is realized, then that means we have done something, because we are also realistic that we may not have every single thing, but it is a journey that we are here, and we are committed to seeing coming to life.
Wow. That is incredible. And we've come to the end of our show today. I just want to say thank you. So as we conclude, your parting shots. And your parting shot, I know we have the voter registration going on. Manifesto Yetu is one part of the puzzle. Young people need to come out in their large numbers to vote. So look at this camera, tell them why they need to jitokeza in their big numbers to vote, and give us your parting shot from this conversation.
Good morning, young people and the youth of Kenya. Our power lies in our vote, and many times we have been misinformed and misled that our vote does not count, but you can clearly tell our vote counts. That is why political parties and politicians are very keen and interested to being always in the campaign mode. Ni kama vile tunasema Charlie anakukatia. So ukiona mtu anakukatia ni because anajua when you get into their lives there's something that's going to change. So that is the same way with voting. The only way we can change the outcome of the 2027 elections, the only way we can have our power and our voice is through voting. So usikue tu mtu mwenye unasema one term and those other things, and you know that unataka new leadership na una kura yako. Tafadhali go to the nearest polling station, get online. IBC has given and provided information on the voter registration centers. Voter registration is ongoing. Kuna mtu mwenye alisema last time alivota different constituency, but this time anataka kuvota different constituency. So pia that is possible. Please ensure that uko na ID yako. Keep it safe. Get your voter registration card. And usikue tu na mtu mwenye unakubali mabeshte zako mnaenda nao form. Sasa kama unaenda form na mabeshte wako, waulize iko wapi voter registration card yao. That is the only way we are going to hold each other accountable. Usikuwa unasema ati watu wanachagua viongozi wabaya na wewe una hata voter registration ya kuchagua kiongozi wako. Something else I'd just like to urge IBC and government, please ensure that young people are able to access the most fundamental document that allows them to vote, and that is the ID. We've been having slow processing of IDs for quite some time now, and it might appear to be intentional. So we are calling upon the IBC and the government to make sure that young people's ID registration is fastened, is quickened, so they can register as voters, because without an ID, then you cannot register as a voter. So please allow young people to be able to access their IDs. Asante sana, manifesto ni yetu, tuko mbele pamoja.
Tuko mbele pamoja. Meg Muchoki, thank you so much for the work that you are doing. I wish you all the very best as you work tirelessly with your team to socialize this Manifesto Yetu. I know the job has just begun for you all. And come 2027, we can only look back and see the many gains that the Manifesto will have achieved. So thank you so much for talking to us on Power Radio, and also for the work that you have decided to do for the young people of Kenya. Truly, truly grateful.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Yes, and as you've said, this is going to be subsequent conversations, because we need to also track how far in the progress of the document. So I know we will be having you guys again and again to just kind of have this conversation. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. That has been our time with the incredible Meg Muchoki from Manifesto Yetu. In case you missed the conversation, please do a run around. Go and check out the conversation on Power Radio, our YouTube channel. Conversation is still up. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Now, there is something that is happening around the world. If you are keen, you have seen that most people's DPs have turned into purple. And the reason as to why this is so is because from the 25th of November, that's tomorrow, we officially kick off the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And so this coming Wednesday, I will be having a conversation about gender-based violence, specifically online gender-based violence attacking women. And it's going to be a subsequent conversation that we are going to be having of the 16 days that leads up to the 10th of December. So please do join me on Wednesday from 8 a.m. as we have this very pertinent conversation. And hopefully you will be able to pick a nugget or two on how you can vouch and create more spaces for people, not only for women, because I also understand that there are men who also go through gender-based violence, as we have conversations about how to curb it, how to prevent it, and how to hold perpetrators accountable for that. Thank you so much for everybody that was able to tune in. We will see you on Wednesday. For now, it's a goodbye. Asanteni sana.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
No. Basi mwambie tunie, love child on the case. Oh na, hey. Some rubber dubby now in life once again. Oh na, hey. College. Mina, yeah. She tell me nothing could have break our love, never going nowhere. Mina, yeah. She tell me nothing could have break our love, never going nowhere. Mina, yeah. Tangu yeye apatane na mimi, hakuna tu wengine, ni sisi wawili. Kwangu ni wa kwanza na sio wa pili. Hiyo ndio form, kwani iko nini? No say that she love a boy and nobody compare. Truly she deserve when we call her my dear. When you're ready for your lifetime, take it right there. Me there for you, baby, anytime, anywhere. Mina, yeah. She tell me nothing could have break our love, never going nowhere. Mina, yeah. She tell me nothing could have break our love, never going nowhere. Mina, yeah. My boy wangu siku hizi wanadai, mbona tukuoni siku hizi una time? Yo, afadhali niambiwe step aside, sabu mimi niko na wewe. On top of the world, me lonely, so baby, me need you. Ukinipa tu nafasi, baby, utajiju. Basi wachana nao waliona wivu. sabu mimi niko na wewe. Oh, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, yeah. She tell me nothing could I break our love, never going nowhere. Mimi na ye, yeah, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, yeah. She tell me nothing could I break our love, never going nowhere. Mimi na ye, yeah. Tangu ye apatane na mimi, hakuna tu wengine ni sisi wawili. Kwangu ni wa kwanza na sio wa pili. Hiyo ndio form kwani iko nini? No say that she love a boy and nobody compare. Surely she deserve when we call her my dear. When you're ready for your lifetime, take it right there. Me there for you baby anytime, anywhere. Mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, yeah. She tell me nothing could I break our love, never going nowhere. Mimi na ye, yeah, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, mimi na ye, yeah. She tell me nothing could I break our love, never going nowhere. Mimi na ye, yeah. Mimi na ye, yeah. Mimi na ye, yeah. Mimi na ye, yeah. She tell me nothing could I break our love, never going nowhere. Mimi na ye, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.